Hello everyone, welcome to Matacray. This is Matthew Way. In this episode of the Matacray, reviewing and analyzing the movie called Blue Beetle that is done by Warner Brothers Studios and is a DC comic. It is part of the DCEU. I'll go over topics in this episode. The movie will start off with Tori Cord looking for the Scarab, which is of alien origin. She has Carapax, who is an enforcer, and has Dr. Sanchez looking for it as well. They're digging up amongst what looks like a glacier. It's buried amongst it. I'll give him a reading interview. I hope this episode inspires you to read, watch, and learn. I want to thank Antonio, Ken, and Peter for becoming patrons on my Patreon page, as this helps support the channel and it means a lot to me as well. It's not the amount of how much I may make it. It's the idea that someone believes in what this channel is about and wants to support it. Please help by signing up for Patreon like Antonio, Ken, and Peter, or YouTube memberships. You'll say to me that you believe in this channel and want to thrive and keep it independent. You can sign up for Patreon at $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, or a size $30 a month. And you get the benefit at $10 or higher a month, a 7-day free trial before you charge for the month. For YouTube memberships, you can sign up at $3.99 a month, $9.99 a month, $24.99 a month, and you can go as high as $49.99 a month. Thank you. Now on the review. Spoiler warning. This review may contain spoilers. If you do not want to know more, then do not continue. If you do not care, please continue. Thank you. As mentioned before, Victoria Core is looking for the alien Scarab, which is blue. The Scarab works very similar to the alien symbiote in Spider-Man. I understand I'm using Marvel reference, but it is true, and I'll make my point in this review. The Scarab must bond with his host and chooses his host. The alien symbiote that created Venom and Carnage did the same thing. It chose its host and usually looks for those that were insane. The alien symbiote usually made its host more insane and controlled the host it was occupying. Jaime Reyes comes back from school. He flew into the airport and he met his family at the airport. His sister, whose name is Mirlagra Reyes, tells her brother, Jaime Reyes, that their father has lost his job and they will lose their house. This is not news he would want to hear. He was at the restaurant. His uncle, Rudy Reyes, who is played by George Lopez. George Lopez works well at this role, and he is the guy who is in a conspiracy theory that believes that everyone has a camera in it as well as listening devices. The Reyes family is proud that Jaime Reyes is the first one to graduate from college. Excuse me. Jaime Reyes gets home and still cannot believe that his family is going to lose their house. They look at the skyline of the city and ask themselves what will happen. It's a good question. The Cords have been absorbing all parts of the city. This is very similar to when a developer wants to gentrify parts of the city, saying it will improve the city. But instead, all it does is put hard-working people out of their homes. They cannot afford them. It is unfortunate, but this happens more often than people would like to admit. Jaime is sitting on the roof with his sister and is asking her, are we going to do? She asks him, are you going to grad school? Jaime tells her, and gets this family in more debt. Going to college is not cheap, and if you must get a student loan, it's not easy to say the least. People that get student loans are not paying them off for a few years, but it may take them until retirement before they get those loans paid off. It is a vicious cycle, but this is what happens, unfortunately. Jaime and his sister, Melgar Reyes, get a job at the court estate. She's sticking gum under the bench, and Jaime is pulling it off. Jaime is getting frustrated, to say the least. She needs to use the restroom and asks her brother to cover her so she can use the restroom. She decides to use the luxury restroom instead of the service restroom. Jaime points out that this could be bad. While she is in the bathroom, Jaime overhears Ginny Cord, who is played by Bruno Marquesi, who is an attractive woman, to say the least, and she's arguing for aunt of Victoria Cord, who is played by Susan Sarandon. There may be those that are saying Susan Sarandon has never played a villain before. You'll be wrong in that she has. She played the evil queen in the Disney film called Enchanted that you can now stream on Disney+. The evil queen was supposed to be the evil stepmother of Snow White, and they used poisoned apples in hopes to get the Amy Adams character, whose name is Giselle Seck, who ironically has been in the DCEU and played Lois Lane. She starred in 2 movies in that role in Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. Ginny Cord does not want to invent weapons. This is very similar to the first movie in the MCU environment. In that movie, Tony Stark tells Obadiah Stane that he's done inventing weapons and wants to be doing other things. According to Obadiah Stane, what they were doing kept the world going into chaos. As Tony Stark said, not from where I was sitting, is not doing that. This is Vittoria's goal to use the Scarab as a weapon and give it to the military like Stark Industries was doing the first Iron Man. Vittoria Corps wants to create the OMAP. The thing would allow a person to have advanced weapons, and she's looking to make a killing off of it. This means she wants to make tons of money. Jaime and his sister Maria Reyes lose their jobs after he overheard their conversation and that he must find another job. Jaime is frustrated with his sister Maria as he knows it is hard to find work. Jenny Cord tells them that she will be willing to help. She tells them this after she told them that I am a Cord, but I am not dead. She's telling them we're not all stuck up like they were thinking. There are good rich people out there, even at times it can be hard to find. This will lead to Javi Reyes going to the court industry building in the center of town. He is dressed in a nice suit. This is important if he wants to get a job. Any person that has done a job interview knows if you want to land a job, you must do this. A good impression goes a long way. While he's waiting for Jeannie Cord to interview him, after the secretary told him to sit down, Jeannie Cord is looking for the alien scarab. She finds it and is impressed that her aunt Victoria Cord found the scarab. She steals it and takes it out of the lab. She puts it in a Big Belly container. Big Belly is pretty much in a lot of DC content. It would have been in the Arrowverse that was done by the CW. You can find references in the Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. Jenny Cord bumps into Jaime Reyes and gives him the scarab that is in the Big Belly burger container and tells Jaime Reyes to guard this thing of your life. She tells him not to open the container. Jaime Reyes will get home and his family will beg him to open the container, even though Jenny Cord told him not to. They beg him and he gives in to them. Jaime tells them, you guys act like children. He opens the container and they find the alien scarab in there. The alien scarab, which is blue, and is why this movie is called Blue Beetle as well as the comic. The alien scarab will jump in onto Jaime Reyes as it's chosen. It will do what the alien scarab that creates venom and carnage in Spider-Man does. It must bond with its host. It does this by jumping on its host and must attach to his spine. This is very similar to Doc Ock Spider-Man 2. When Dr. Octavius got electrocuted, the arms got fused to his spine, and this would kill him if it was removed. This is what they will find out. Jenny Cord later bumps into him and tells him that he needs his help. This will be after he flew around. He went to space and he cut a bus in half as the alien scarab will protect his host. It is a symbiotic relationship, and this is why it does this. He hears the voice of the alien scarab, and it is called Kaja D, and she's played by Becky G. Becky G was in the movie called Axel, who was a robot doll that was dating the guy who was protecting Axel from the government. This is very similar to what is happening here in this movie. Jenny Cord stole this alien scarab from her Aunt Victoria, and she must help Jaime Reyes figure out what happened with alien scarab attaching to him. Jaime Reyes and Jenny Cord must steal a key, which is a watch. After they get the key, they must escape from the Cord Industries building. The man who's called Carabax finds them, and he will kill them to get the alien scarab from them. This will cause Jaime Reyes to bring on the suit, and this is very similar to when Peter Parker could have the suit come on him in command. This purpose can be found in the first season of the 1990 Spider-Man cartoon show that's on Disney+. Every time Jaime Reyes puts the suit on, it burns his clothes. It will burn his shoes as well. This means he's going to have a lot of spare clothes lying around. This means it can get expensive as clothes are not cheap, and it's not like he can buy them that easily. They are lucky to escape, and with the help of Uncle Rudy Reyes, they escape. Rudy Reyes created a device that can jam the security feed that allowed them to get into the Cord Industries building. They later get to Jenny Cord's father's mansion, has a secret room, and Uncle Rudy Reyes recognizes who this is. Jenny Cord's father was the original Blue Beetle. He is rich like Batman, but according to Uncle Rudy, Batman is a fascist. This is where Uncle Rudy will be searching for the answers on Jenny Cord's father's computer that will help both. Jaime Reyes and Jenny Cord understand what this character needs. Uncle Rudy tells them both that it will not come off Jaime Reyes until he dies. There is no way to get it off since it bonded with him. As Uncle Rudy Reyes tells him, the spirit will protect you, as this is his nature to do so. This will lead Jaime Reyes having to protect his family. Something bad will happen to his father. His family must fight to save Jaime, and Jenny Cord will help to save Jaime. Uncle Rudy will come up big because of his mechanical engineering skills. This will also reveal to the audience and the family that Nana has skills they both did not think that she had. It's not to reveal enough more to here. It does bring the viewer to the climax of the movie. I'll give him a rating. I get the movie called Blue Beetle a 10 out of 10. It was fun, but it shows the importance of family. This shows that a family does not have to be rich and have lots of money. This shows that this family knows that it is rich because they have lots of love instead of money. Love is the Reyes family currency instead of money. As Jenny Cord points out to Jaime Reyes, she wished that she had what they had. She'll give up her wealth to have what the Reyes family has. Money does not buy you happiness, only love does them. This is the lesson that this movie teaches. That is great to see. What does one gain from gaining the world but losing one's soul? As Robert Queen told Oliver Queen in season 3 of Arrow, what is a family without a soul? What this means is that Robert Queen was making money unscrupulously and that he should have been better than he was. He told Oliver Queen that you could be better than me. You can say this, city. Susan Sarandon did an excellent job playing Victoria Cord as this woman is vicious and willing to do anything to get richer and does not care who she hurts. This proves again that greed is the worst sin. This movie shows this, and I mentioned this in my other reviews of the Dopesick series where the Sackers were willing to do whatever it took to get richer. They knew their drug OxyContin was hurting people, but they did not care. In one of my more recent reviews of the first season of Joe Pickett series, I said in that review that Vern Dunnigan, Lacey, and the Scars did not care who they hurt, and they got what they wanted. What happens in this movie? Does Jaime Reyes get out of the situation he is in? What happened to Jennifer Cord's father? Please leave your answers in the comment section below. Thank you. Please consider going to my store of Metacritic.com and get your own set of merchandise today. You can also check out my blog while you're on my website. You can also click the Patreon link on my website and support me that way. Thank you. Please check out my playlist with Titan series reviews by clicking on this link right now, as this contains reviews of all the original series of the Titan series on Max. Thank you. Please like this video if you found it helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell to be notified of any videos about this video. Please don't cover down the road in the comment section below. Please check this video. You know it's my channel can grow. Remember, do not forget to read, watch, and learn. Thank you. And have a wonderful day. Bye.